The clock strikes 12, I step into the haze. Whispers call me from 1,000 graves. Shadows dance in corners out of sight. I chase the unknown deep into the night. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. A flicker, a chill, a shadowed hand. The unseen lingers where I stand. Through creaking doors and empty halls, I hear the echoes of forgotten calls. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. And the unknown. Eyes that watch from a place unreal, a touch so cold it makes you feel they're near but hidden, veiled in shade. I walk with ghosts, I'm unafraid. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Hey, Moon at Noon. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Bizarre and the Unknown. I'm your host, E.D. Testerman. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some recent encounters here in Missouri. And this is statewide. We had some recent activities. We may be hearing about some things you never heard of before, or you may have heard, and we're just going to learn a little bit more about them. With that being said, just a reminder, I am on call this week, so if I happen to get a call, there's a chance that I would have to shut that show down early and go take care of it. I just don't want you guys not understanding what's going on. So, I know Roxanne's from Missouri. Is anybody else from Missouri in the chat today? Make sure I didn't miss anybody too. I've been kind of multitasking here. Yep, Missouri. I can't see who said that. I got to wait for it to pop up on my end over here. Hey, Tyler. Um, question: has any of you guys ever heard of the Raccoon Man? Oh, oh, okay, yeah. Has anybody heard of it? I'm kind of curious. I have. I've not done a whole lot of studying on it because I think it's something else, but we're going to take a look into it. You have, let's see, Roxanne has, Tyler has, Main House has it. What's going on, Main? Um, I'm from my mama. Her tell of them say, "Are you sure you weren't hatched?" So, to give you an instance, the Raccoon Man's most commonly known from Sugar Creek, Missouri. Um, I've got a report here from March 2020. Trying to see who's. It's always pops up on here before it does here. Oh, okay, good. Um, it goes like this. So I was walking to work. I'm a high school teacher. After visiting my aging grandmother who lives in the location, I took this back road alley behind the house since it was a shortcut, and I loved the scenery there. It was around 6 in the morning, so it was still kind of dark. Hey, Muriel. Oh, yes, I was listening to some of them. Those ain't bad. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to get up to my emails yet. I'm still trying to get caught up. The alleyway was that was my gosh, they didn't write this good. The alleyway it's a tiny single lane road with trees around it, and I was headed west towards the community garden. I heard some chittering sound, so I assumed it was a bird or something. I heard a trash can fall over, just the neighbor's dog rummaging through the trash, I thought. I saw something behind a tree, and it looked like it was trying to hide from me. It chittered at me and made a mad dash across the pavement into the other trees. And I didn't see much of it, but it was at least 6 foot tall and had black stripes on its body. It stood upright and had four-fingered hands and was bow-legged. It managed to scratch the strap of my satchel when it ran, and its claws marks looked more precise, not rugged. I don't know if it tried to attack me or if it was scared of me and brushed the strap on accident when it ran away. I tried telling my buddy about it, but he was sarcastic about it, so I assumed no one else would believe me. I only found out about. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys this counter we're getting from National Cryptid Society. I forgot to tell you guys that. So the Raccoon Man is to believe to be very, I guess you can call it Bigfootish like, but in that of a raccoon. Um, Come on, computer. The Raccoon Man of Sugar Creek is a local urban legend encrypted in Kansas City area, often playful, described as a trash Bigfoot. Eyewitnesses claim the creature is over 6 foot tall, walks upright, and resembles a giant raccoon with black stripes. It is notoriously known for wandering around Independence, Raytown, Blue Springs, and Sugar Creek in the dead of night. Primarily dig through the dumpsters and the trash cans. Sightings date back to the mid 1980s, while some take the legend more seriously, and locals believe it is simply a tall tale. a prankster in a mascot costume, or a nod to the local folklore like Azaban, a trickster raccoon spirit. And oh, you're from Bowling Green. Good to see you in here, Vanessa. Oh yeah, no, Bowling Green. Oh man, I have to think for a second. I know where that's at. I've been there once. No, but never heard of the Raccoon Man. Yeah, I've heard about it a couple times. I haven't put a lot of stock into it. Um, there's some side of the aisle that believe this is a different type of cryptid, and it is an actual raccoon-like man cryptid. Um, like a skunk ape, but a raccoon. Yeah, main house. Yeah. Um, I think that if it could very well be a type of Bigfoot. You know, Bigfoot don't have the same patterns as all the rest. They don't have the same colors. They don't have the same temperament. They don't have a lot of that stuff, Eric. So it's a trickster spirit shape shifting into a raccoon cryptid. It could be. That's what some people believe. I don't know enough about it to have a real good educated decision on it. That is some of the beliefs. I personally think it's a type of Bigfoot. Just me, myself, and I. And we've heard so many reports and encounters throughout the years of people seeing Bigfoots digging through trash. You know, when people think of Bigfoot, they think, oh, they're out in the wild. No, there is multiple reports of them in towns and cities, and a lot of them digging through trash or in the backyard stealing dogs and or getting into stuff. That is very, very a smaller Momo in a way. And yes and no, Roxanne. I mean, in some aspects, yes, and a lot of aspects, no. Momo was sighted in Louisiana, Missouri, and two children were in their backyards playing when they saw Momo carrying a dog, and it made a weird screaming sound at them. And it's a smaller, stockier Bigfoot, yeah, but it's not really, I don't know, man. It's hard to describe it. But that's the first sighting of Momo was that, you know, they're in Louisiana, Missouri, and two kids in the backyard seeing it carrying a dog. So I know when I grew up, you know, I was warned by Grandpa from time to time that, you know, don't go in the woods. Momo had been spotted. What are those little Bigfoot that are mean? A gugwe? Yeah. Yeah, gugwe. They got freaky. They got the mandrill looking to them. Some say that Momo was a small size. Yeah, there's many descriptions of Momo. There's a lot. And that would just tell me that there is a family group of them. That's how I would look at it. North of St. Louis, about 15 minutes. Okay, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Hey, Bounty. You know, gugwees got the mandrill face, they're stocky, buffed out, bad attitude. Some depictions are larger than regular Bigfoot, others they're not. It's hard to really go off one size or the other, but they are very, very aggressive. And the name means face eater. So, I mean, it tells you how they are right there. Ewoks, no. Ewoks are cool, though. There is types of Bigfoot that are described to be looking like Ewoks, and I'm wondering if that ain't like juveniles or you know, something wrong that nature. But anyways, back to this. So yeah, some of them believe it's a trickster spirit. This raccoon man. I just think it's a misidentified type of Bigfoot. But I could be wrong. I mean, that's just my opinion and theory on it. But it's had sightings for years. I mean, you're looking back to the mid 1980s, but some even claim they've seen it before then. So this thing's obviously been around the Kansas City area for years. And that's how I heard about it because I'm from St. Joe. So I've heard people talk about the Raccoon Man, but not a whole lot. I heard more about Momo than I did Raccoon Man. But I do remember some people talking about it when I was younger. Anybody got any questions on the Raccoon Man? Or I want to hear your guys' theories on it. What do you guys think the Raccoon Man is? See if I can find anything else on it. Yeah, no. Everything I don't do that Reddit crap. Well, I am missing one of my deals here. I got to find it. Um, 7 shoots. I haven't talked about that in a long time, have I? Oh, this is the Hellhound. Feel like I'm missing. Oh, that's why, because I didn't need. Never mind. T Rex. That'd be funny. I immediately think of the T Rex, big body, itty bitty. Yeah, yeah. Um, I haven't, man. Beast of 7 shoots. Let's see if I can find it real quick. That wasn't on my list. I was looking at more of current sighting stuff. That's it right there. And it has a dog in its arms here. This is a Gugwe. Uh, it's got a dog in its hands there, and it's got another dog down here at its side. You see how that mandrill face is? And, the conical head. See how stocky it is? This is the Beast of the 7 shoots. This is very much a dog man looking like thing. Yeah, Gugly. They probably made a hybrid with every animal and human. Oh man, I wouldn't doubt it. But I'll be honest with you. I am a firm believer that Bigfoot is like the last remnants of Neanderthal. Bigfoot has been known to be on this planet longer than humans. And when the ancient Sumerians talk about taking their DNA and mixing it with the clay of the earth, I think they mixed it with them because we can make babies with them and they can make babies with us. So the only way that's possible is if we're damn near genetically identical, like damn near. So that's just my theory on it. But yeah, that's the Beast of 7 shoots. That's a Gugwe. They say it is, but no. I, that's a Gugwe. The Beast of Seven Shoots refers to a controversial June 2005 photograph of an alleged cryptid taken by Les Pars des Sept Shoots in Quebec, Canada. It is famous in cryptid zoology for depicting a large, dark, bipedal ape-like figure carrying small white creature. The image was captured by a semi-anonymous French-speaking dump truck worker known as Larry. It was zoomed in and landscaped of zoomed. It shows a zoomed-in landscape of a woodland. The figure resembles a gorilla with a baboon-like facial snout. It is often described in cryptozoology as a Type 3 Bigfoot or a gugwe, a legendary man-eating hominid from the First Nations of Native American folklore that is said to have a canine-like face. The bipedal beast appears to be holding is a dead or small white animal in its arms. According to legend, a woman in the area had a white poodle that went missing the day before the photograph was taken. So that's it on that. Yeah, part skunk. Yeah, that was. So there are tweezers, those eyebrows. Yeah. No, it's definitely not a dog man. Hey, Prince. There, you know about the couple of horsebacks that saw a gugwe at Angel Mountain. Don't know. I've heard of it, but yeah, I've heard it. Yeah. Let's get back on topic here. But yep, that's it. Well, if you actually study the Epic of Gilgamesh, not Enlil. I forgot his name. He's depicted, it was Gilgamesh's great rival, and they became friends. And if you actually listen to how Enlil is, or not Enlil, but how he was described was he's very Bigfoot-like. Now, Gilgamesh, I think, was right around 14 foot tall. Hey, Aaron. I read a while back that 3 people saw a gugwe on the shore of the Missouri River. I believe the Boggy Creek incident was a gugwe. And with some stuff that's happened here in Missouri, wouldn't surprise me if we didn't have gugwe around here. So, okay, back to the topic here. There's been a recent hellhound sighting. Deep in the woods of South Van Buren, Missouri, in the late 1980s, teenagers William Milner heard a bone-chilling noise he still remembers more than 30 years later when camping with his friends, John Skelton. The pair heard that sound like ape calls, deep and rapid, oohs and ahs, not far from their tent. They were even more frightened to hear another creature respond from the opposite side of the camp when it vocalized and banged loudly. Milner and Skelton stood back to back between the voices and wondered what could be lurking in the pitch darkness beyond their trees. Milner says he could tell the creature walked upright on 2 feet because of the sound of their feet, that they seemed to be larger than bears. After 15 minutes, the voices of the creature seemed to get closer to each other, eventually meeting up and wandering away from Milner's camp before the boy could see them. That night, that was the most terrifying time I've ever had in the woods, Milner says. We were terrified until we got back to the truck. The next morning, Milner and Skelton immediately cut the trip short and went home after a 2-day walk back to their vehicle. Today, Milner says he wishes he could have seen the creature in the light. It was scary, but also fascinating at the same time when I think back on it, because what was it, Milner says. Wait, is this the Hellhound one? This don't sound like the Hellhound one. Did I click on the wrong one? Oh, crap, I did. I clicked on the wrong one. Daggone it. My bad. Where did it go? Hornet Spook Lights. Ozark Howler. Momo. I clicked on the wrong one. My bad. Yeah. Man, I'm still tired. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I think I clicked on the right one this time. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. So this report comes from 1019 The Eagle. Yeah, I'm behind on a chat because I'm trying to read stuff here. Harry like an animal, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah. The Mark Twain National Forest is one of the wildest wildernesses in America. Miles and miles of trees and wildlife. If news stories are to be believed, there is also something else roaming in the Missouri woods. Strange beasts that many describe as hellhounds are now part of the numerous stories of encounters there. What exactly is a hellhound? Missourians who claim to have seen had these encounters say the beast is larger than a bear with canine-like qualities and red eyes. In a recent video shared on YouTube, there are just a couple of stories that were shared of what eyewitnesses described as a hellhound. That's Austin Powers reference. Oh yeah, I'm not a juvenile. I'm just a brat. Yeah. The first sighting happened to a hiker in broad daylight. He said the forest became silent as he came upon a meadow. He saw a very large black dog-like creature. He said he heard a loud chuffing sound. Another adventurer had a strange encounter when he entered the Mark Twain National Forest to try and get pictures of the night sky. As he approached the campground, he heard splashing sounds in the nearby water. Once he reached the lake, he saw the lake was covered with ice, so what could have caused a splashing sound. Then he heard a mechanical clucking, and then felt a chill as he knew he was being watched. Suddenly, a being shot out of the lake. When he drew his knife, the large beast resembling a wolf, which then fled into the woods. He fled to his vehicle and did not return. Yeah, no kidding, freaky. A Reddit user named Dubious Circle told a story of how he and his dad went to their cabin in the Mark Twain National Forest. After starting up the generator and setting up deer blinds, they heard a loud crash in the woods around 0130. They woke up with something crashing against their cabin. They looked outside but saw nothing. In the morning, while in their deer blinds, he heard a rustling to his side. He was shocked to see a massive beast with reddish hair and only 25 feet away standing upright. This was not human, over 7 feet tall. The hunter ran back to the cabin, but he was being pursued. He turned around and fired a shot at the beast, which was now even more intent on getting him. He could hear the trees being trampled behind him as he fled to the cabin. His dad picked him up on a four-wheeler, which likely saved his life. Sorry, I had to rephrase that because it just wasn't coming out very good. If our hair never fell out, we would not need clothing as much. Um, let's see if there's any more reports on here. Looks like that's it. So, I mean, how many of y'all have heard of a hellhound? And we're going to take a little bit deeper dive into it. So while I'm waiting on you to comment if you know about a hellhound or if you have seen a hellhound, I'm kind of curious. The Nixie hellhound, dubbed Paul by local radio hosts, is a legendary cryptid rumored to prowl the wooded areas around Springfield, Missouri. Most notably near the abandoned 1890s era Camp Winoka. That was the one I was trying to find. I don't know why I couldn't. What happened to it? I had to restart my computer. I may have lost it then. Subarus. Yep. A half brother I never met. Bigfoot is like an elder half brother. Yeah. Yes, I own a Chihuahua. Yeah, I know. that's Snow. Often described as a beast resembling a deformed deer, a wolf man, or a hybrid fox. The Nixa hellhound has been a staple of Ozark folklore for years. According to local lore, sightings and encounters most frequently happen within a day of significant thunderstorms. Camp Winoka, an old hunting lodge, is the most common focal point for these regional monster stories. While there are no recently verified or peer-reviewed scientific confirmations of the hellhound, the legend remains highly active in regional folklore, online, and cryptozoology discussions. I don't know if you guys can hear Chimera or not. She's in there talking trash. She don't know how to come in here by herself. She's got to follow me in here. A lot of dog-looking types, yeah. So, I mean, and the thing is hellhounds have been talked about throughout history of mankind. Every civilization has their version of a hellhound. And, one of what I thought was a black dog's, I'm partially convinced could be a hellhound because it had red eyes. But a black dog is also known for seeing that. Is that what a black dog is? Is it a hellhound? I don't know. I've seen two of them my whole entire life. One had red glowing eyes. One had white glowing eyes. But a lot of people will describe even a black dog as a hellhound. Then you got the shuck, the black shuck in England. That is very much like a hellhound. They said it in here, Cerberus. Cerberus is another one. Anubis, I don't know if I wouldn't really classify Anubis as a hellhound. If anything, I'd put it more along the lines of a deity type dogman. That's just my opinion. Anubis doesn't fit the description of a hellhound in any way, except that he's in charge of the dead. There's been an incident here when I was younger. This lady, she was her and her boyfriend. OG dog, yeah. Her and her boyfriend. Give me a second, guys. She ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna have to go in and get her. She just will not come back here by herself. White dog looks like a palm breed to me, not a poodle. Yeah, it could be. Was Anubis a jackal-like? Yes, Anubis was jackal-like. Um, anyways, this lady and her boyfriend had went to the lake, and I don't remember what happened to the boyfriend off the top of my head. No. Okay. Man, it's been so long this has happened. There was an accident at the lake, and the lady had passed away. She had drowned. Oh my gosh, guys, I apologize. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I had to go in there and get her because she can't figure out how to get back here by herself. Um, um, that's not a bad theory, Freaky. Honestly. Um, so, anyways, short time after that, a the guy had went back to the lake. Was remembering what happened to his girlfriend, and all of a sudden he was surrounded by two large black dogs with red eyes, and they were circling him. And out of the water came this hag. And if you guys don't know what a hag is, it's an old ugly witch. But a hag had came out of the water right where his girlfriend had an accident and drowned. And she tried to seduce him, and he was able to get away, but the hellhounds had scratched him and had came after him, but he was able to escape. And I remember that when I was a kid. I mean, I was like 15, 16 years old and hearing about that. I don't remember the whole complete story because it's been so long that I've heard it. But I'm trying to remember. I'm wanting to say that was Table Rock Lake, but I could be wrong. But I'm wanting to say that happened at Table Rock Lake. I can't remember, man. It was a long time ago when that happened. But hellhounds have been spotted here especially here in Southwest Missouri, quite a bit. And is that because it's attached to the Ozark Mountains? That's possible. I don't know. It's just most of your sightings of your hellhound is here in the Ozark Mountain ranges. That's where you hear them all the time. But I've seen enough weird stuff at night that, I'm pretty convinced that I've seen a hellhound at least 2 or 3 times. So, has anybody in the chat ever seen a hellhound or had something happen close to their home involving one? I spent a lot of time in the Mark Twain. I love the Mark Twain National Forest. And I can tell you firsthand, there's a lot of high strangeness in the Mark Twain. I think that's why I'm drawn to it. And I've had a lot of stuff happen to me in Pineville, Missouri. When my family settled here in Missouri, we settled in Pineville. We're one of the co-founders of that county. I can tell you now, there's a lot of old magic in the Ozark Mountains. I've experienced it. I've seen it. I felt it. There's stuff like the Ozark Howler, the Wampus Cat, Hellhounds, Dogman, Bigfoot. There's a lot of weirdness in those Ozark Mountains. You haven't, Maine? No, nothing interesting happens to me like that or yet. Oh, I can tell you, man. I can tell. Hey, Roger, I never saw any, but I've heard of others talk about hellhounds here where I live in Eastern Kentucky. Yes, Kentucky's another place well known for hellhounds, and surprisingly enough, so is Louisiana. Louisiana's got quite a bit of hellhound activity too. And does that be? I mean, I'm wondering if that doesn't have to do with the voodoo and the hoodoo that goes on down there. But you'll see a lot of them. Anything tied to the Appalachians seems to have a lot of hellhound activity. It really does. I'm not going to tell you that's where they're isolated to is the Ozark Mountains. It could be just because of the energy that's in the Ozark Mountains, and there's why you have more sightings there than you do in other places here in the U.S. But hellhounds are seen from one end of this continent to the other. You'd be fed up once again. Let's see if I can find an image of a hellhound real quick. This is something similar to what I saw. This right here is similar to what I saw. It's not it. Hey, Robin. It's not exactly it, but that's pretty close to a hellhound that I saw. It had more of a wolf. There's more wolfish featured than this, but there's a lot of similarities to this as well. Yeah. This is close to it, but imagine this, but more wolf-like, and that's what I've seen a few times in my life. Get back to these comments here. It's not the Ozark Hills, Jonaside. It's still the Ozark Mountains. Andre, yes. I'm in Bama, so no stories of hellhounds here that I know of. There are a few actually. Maine, when I was down at Redstone Arsenal, Alabama, reclassing as an 89 Bravo ammunition spec, I've heard people from Bama that talked about hellhounds. I've heard a lot of people talk about Bigfoot here as well. Once of my great aunts used to tell about a Bigfoot being right around here in the area where we all live. Yeah. They're in it from one end of this continent to the other too. And 10 pounds. Dang, I said so many silly things. I don't know what she's giggling at. Yeah. Ozark Mountains are the oldest mountains in the world. You absolutely are. And all that magic's still here. All that magic's still here. I challenge anybody to come to the Ozark Mountains and see for yourself. You walk in these woods, especially a lot of these woods that's not been touched very much, these old woods, you're going to know it. And, whatever chased me out off that werewolf investigation was definitely something from that, that time frame. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man? But yeah, there is hellhound sightings all over, but we do seem to have an influence of them here in Missouri. I've been in the Ozark Mountains when I lived in Arkansas. Yeah, so you're going to know what I'm talking about, William. I forgot you'd lived in Arkansas one time. There's a lot of old magic in these mountains. A lot of old magic. Come to Washington, hike the Olympics or the Cascades. Yeah. Oh, I know, man. Yeah, I've been to, mountains in California. I've been to mountains in Pennsylvania. I've been to the mountains in Hawaii, Japan, multiple places in Japan. I've been to mountains all over this world. Yeah, I love the Ozarks too. Bro, it's so hot here in Arizona that I'm sweating like a prostitute in confession. Yeah. Yeah, we've had so much rain here and the heat index is like the humidity is like horrible right now. I've got a fan blowing and I'm still hot. My AC, I've got it turned all the way down. It's struggling to keep up. I mean, it is freaking hot here today. It says it's 84, but that humidity is like up there with all that rain we've had. I don't know. The Cascades is like this big old dirt pile that they built up that they call a mountain. Hey, Brandon. So that's all we got on all your questions on the hellhounds or sightings you all have seen on these hellhounds. This is one. I remember this from when I was younger, but there's been some more instances that's happened since I was younger. This is called the Boogie Woods. There's been a lot of weird stuff happening here, and trying to connect the dots on this one. I've been trying to do this for a long time. Let me see if I can get back to the one I was on before. When I restarted my computer because it was acting up, I lost a lot of my stuff here. Was it this one? I think it's this one. Let me check and make sure. Okay, yeah. This comes from the Paranormal Task Force. They've got a pretty detailed deal of the Boogie Woods. They've researched the Boogie Woods a lot. That's why I chose them and their information on this. So we're going to read from their deal because they've probably got a more extensive knowledge on the Boogie Woods. Woolly boogers would, yeah. Wood boogers, Boogie Woods, say they're 3 times fast, yeah. On April 25th, 2009, Paranormal Task Force had a privilege of assisting the Sykeston Career and Technology Center, SCTC, Adult Edition Department in instructing a ghost hunting class, which included classrooms, instructions, and other interactive ghost hunting tours of some well-known and not so well-known haunted locations in southeast Missouri area. The locations include the Enchanted Holmes House and Boogie Woods. Boogie Woods, or also known as Holly Ridge Conservation Area. Legends about the mysterious 990-acre stretch of forest in Dexter, Missouri, known as Boogie Woods. Like most legends, the haunts of Boogie Woods are difficult to substantiate. Boogie Woods is actually Holly Ridge Conservation Area and is home to several cemeteries, not the least of which is a large Civil War cemetery where Union and Confederate soldiers rest side by side. One of the most interesting tombstones in the civilian area claims that a man was born in the 1790s and died in 1903. Boogie Woods is a serene daytime landscape with a bounty of fauna and plethora of flora. The area does, however, install an eerie feeling of isolation. Boogie Woods is said to have been a meeting ground for the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan before World War II. It is said that that a hooded wanderer is often seen patrolling the area. No one has gotten a good look at the person because their face is said to be void of any features at all. Alleged serial killer William Dale Abel once roamed these woods. He stood a meager 5'4", but had the bloodlust of a demon. In 1978, he raped and murdered a recent high school grad, Linda Johnson. She was, by all counts, a wonderful young lady who had her whole life in front of her. Her body was found in Triplet Cemetery behind Pleasant Valley Church. Mr. Abel later confessed to the crime, but was released from prison in the 90s. He is now serving a life sentence for second-degree murder, felonious restraint, and an armed criminal action of Western Missouri's correctional institution. Linda is buried in the Essex Cemetery, but some say they have seen a beautiful entity fitting her description in Boogie Woods. Kinder Cemetery lays about 40 acres back into the woods of the woods off of a horse trail. It has all but been completely reclaimed by the surrounding forest. This is allegedly the site of an old church where a supposed witch was burned alive. The woman was put to death after she pushed a oar through her husband out of a second-story window. A similar story recalls the namesake of the Triplet Cemetery, Joseph. It is said that he had several psychological problems after serving in the U.S. In World War I. He slit his throat, shot himself, then jumped to his death. How you going to slit your throat and shoot yourself? Just saying. Then you're going to jump, and then he jumped to his death out of the second-story window. How are you going to do all three of those things? You're not going to do that by yourself. I'm sorry. Not unless you're possessed. This occurred in Bolin House near Boogie Woods, and the legend says his bloodstain lasted 50 years. Paranormal activity in Boogie Woods isn't limited to witches, ghosts, and the like. Numerous cerebral witnesses claim to have seen a bipedal animal in the woods. A vivid outdoorsman from all all different generations, and even a preacher lend validity to the story. There's a landfill near Boogie Woods which some think is an easy food source for the creatures. Skilled hunters have refused to return to the area, even to take down tree stands. One hunter claims to have seen something black and hairy, about the size of a deer, and just as fast. The conservation department says black bears are known to inhabit the Stoddard County, but have not been reported in Holly Ridge. Another witness claims to have hit something while driving through Holly Ridge that left a handprint on the hood of their car. Yet another claims to have had rocks and sticks thrown at them on a walking trail at night in Boogie Woods. So there is a lot of activity. Yeah. Let me get back to the comments here. Man, there was a lot of comments. Hey, Larry Bear. Wow, I missed a lot of comments here. Okay, there we go. Uh, we're getting all the bears tonight. We should start calling Bigfoot or Dogman the Woolly Bully. Yeah, that way we can sing the song every time we see one. Anybody bring porridge? Nope. Or nope, I did not. Uh, Goldilocks is due to show up any moment. It's okay when you're having fun and don't get caught. Jeez, that is actually a cool name. Um, oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, Larry Bear. Only way to know anything for sure is to find a hellhound and ask us some questions. Yeah, no kidding, man. I wondered the shadows. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm wondering if you still got a trace of your little energy running in there. Yep, Boogie Woods. Yep. Do you know about the Boogie Woods? That's got to be better than on your arm. Let's see, ambidextrous and ambulatory. Yeah, whatever that means. Uh, I just had something hit my window. Huh. If people got out of their own way, they would move. So, yeah. Why are there merfolk pics? Oh, yeah, that's just, you know how that stuff is. Okay, 7 minutes. Okay, it's almost top of the hour. Okay, cool. I'm caught up. So yeah, I mean you're seeing there's a lot of places here in Missouri that is very similar to the Boogie Woods. There's a lot of high strangeness activity that happens here. I've seen it my whole life here in Missouri, not just Southwest Missouri where I live now, but even Northern Missouri. There's a lot of stuff that goes on down there. I didn't know much about the Boogie Woods, but I do know about the backyard boogie woogie. Hell yeah, Eric. Is there any form Booger County? Yeah, there's Booger County. From Booger County. No, there I didn't see anything on that this time around. Ding, ding, ding. 4 minutes to or if she does. So yeah, I haven't heard much from Booger County here lately, but there is a lot of stuff going on down there. Hey, Janet, how's it going? Hey, Tanya. But so much, just like the Boogie Woods, all throughout, especially here in Southwest Missouri, but Northern Missouri, there's a lot of stuff going on. We've had our share of witches. We've had our share of Luciferian practices, cryptids of all different kinds, the Fae, different types of supernatural stuff, paranormal stuff. It is thick here in Missouri. That's why I love here. If anybody loves investigating that stuff, Missouri is the place to be, man. Missouri is popping with this stuff, especially Southwest Missouri where I live. There is a lot of stuff that goes on. So when I see these current reports, it makes me happy because that just gives me more stuff to go look at. I'll bet there will be some people out there tonight boogieing in the Boogie Woods. Yeah, probably. But we've had our shares of murders. Take that one. How can a dude, slit his throat, shoot himself, and then jump out of a second story window? You ain't gonna do that unless you're possessed or somebody did it to you. But look at it's a consistency in that area with murders and suicides. There's something evil there that's doing this to people. I can almost guarantee it. That's my opinion. You don't have that much evil stuff, bad stuff going on unless something evil is there. And I could be wrong. Hey, Don. I could absolutely be wrong, but to me, that fits the bill with the stuff I've studied, the stuff I've experienced, and the stuff I've heard about. That is definitely. No, we were talking about Boogie Woods. Don. Top of the hour. Okay, give me a second. There's definitely something evil there. Let me just go ahead and do a Dark Angel medical real quick. I gotta let a dog out of the kennel because he got in trouble before we went live, so I want to let him out. Here's a chance to get you something to drink and take a look at Dark Angel medical. Here we go.
He comes quiet, cold of crows, bred like winter in your nose. Foot of the bed, then polite, asking softly for your light.
You stare holes into the wall, hands like paper, helpless small. Every clock hand starts to shake. How much mercy can you take?
Call Dark Angel Medical, call him fast. In the shadows at your shoulder when you're fading black. When his fingers find your heartbeat, digging for control. There's a number in the silence, there's a lifeline for your soul. Call Dark Angel, call Dark Angel. She come running down the stairs, folder full of worn out prayers. He's already in the chair. Death just smirks and combs his hair.
Sign here, death says it's routine. Ink like rivers, cold and mean. Then the nurse kicks in the door. Boots like thunder on the floor.
Call Dark Angel Medical, call him fast. When the shadows at your shoulder, when you're fading black. When his fingers find your heartbeat, digging for control. There's a number in the silence, there's a lifeline for your soul.
You don't own me, you don't get the last word.
We've stitched by worse than you, you're just another curse.
Take your contracts, take your claws, take your empty little scroll.
We've got angels in lab coats guarding every fragile soul. Yeah. Call Dark Angel, call Dark Angel, call Dark Angel, call Dark Angel. Call Dark Angel Medical, call him fast. When he's licking at your laughter, try and drag you back. When his whisper fills the hallway, hungry for control. There's a promise in the panic, there's a hand to hold your soul. Call Dark Angel, call Dark Angel, call.
If you're looking for the best first aid kits and trauma kits on the market, look no further than Dark Angel Medical. I don't get a single dime for advertising for them. I believe in their product so much that I asked to be able to advertise this product on my show. I am up to 4 different types of kit now. I have 2 headrest kits. I've got another pack that sets on my field bag when I go out investigating. And I've now got the leather one, the limited edition leather one that I'm going to strap to my bike. There's a reason why I buy it. You pay for what you get. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it. They're not the cheapest kits on the market. They are a kit for life, though. If you use it to save a life and you let Carry Pocket Doc Davis know about it, he will replace what you use in that kit absolutely free. You can use Cryptid 20 for 20% off. You can use FSA and HSA along with a credit card or Sezzle to buy these kits. He does have them those available on there. If you need certified or you need recertified, Carry Pocket Doc Davis is a licensed instructor. He can come to your place and get you recertified. If you're looking for some informational videos on how to do first aid and trauma, you can go to youtube.com at Dark Angel Medical 5115 or go to Instagram to Dark Angel Medical. And he has little small videos on there on how to treat first aid and trauma. You will not be disappointed. I didn't think about it. I guess I could have went to the living room while the commercial was playing, grabbed that leather pouch and showed you guys. But I do have it. It's in my living room. So I highly recommend Dark Angel Medical. Brandon says, I'm going to the Great Smoky Mountains tomorrow for my son's graduation gift. Hopefully we don't have any cryptid encounters. Yeah, you could. Unleash the hellhound. Yeah, I did, Moon. I let the hellhound out. Kerry Pocket Doc Davis. Yeah, he is. Kerry Pocket Doc Davis is a hell of a good dude. He's at 212 birthdays saved so far. That's awesome. Almost sound like a coat. Thanks for all the welcoming. You're welcome, buddy. I have the leather also. Yeah, it's awesome. I've got it. It's in my living room. If you guys want to see it, I can go grab it. I like it. It's going to go on my bike. I've got to get the saddle soap out and get it saddle soaked down real good so the leather will stay. But it's going on my bike. I've got one headrest kit in my work truck, one in my POV. They absolutely are very, very informational. So, as we was talking about this strange stuff that's going on in the Boogie Woods, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Me personally, there really does seem like a darkness that's controlling people in them woods and causing a lot of bad stuff to happen. But I know in them areas there have been reports of Ozark howlers along with Bigfoot in them areas as well. Sorry, I got something that's bugging the hell out of me. I'm out of bread, so I took shredded cheese and cooked it up solid and made bread crust with it and had bacon, eggs, and sausage with it. That's probably why I'm picking out my teeth, probably the bacon. But, we see this as being an occurrence that goes on. And, being in the Ozark Mountains, something like that being there is extremely possible. I said it earlier, I was doing that werewolf investigation. Something chased me out of them woods. It was something old. It was something ancient. It was something, it was something evil and powerful. It was definitely something dark. It wasn't the werewolf. It was something else. It was supernatural, and it was extremely evil. And once again, just like the Boogie Woods, that place was known for Civil War battlefields. Wherever there's a lot of negative activity and deaths, it seems to draw in these dark entities. So Boogie Creek or Boogie Woods is known for having Civil War battles there and pretty big ones too. That very well could have drawn something in. Is it something similar to what I ran into? Possibly. I don't know. William says definitely ancient evil. Yeah, 100. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I even got the feeling that I need to give it a tobacco offering to a certain location because I needed protection. And something was telling me to give a tobacco offering there. So I did. I listened because I know better. I was not prepared to deal with something like that there. Whatever that was, I had no protection against whatever that was there. I tried to ignore it for a little bit, and it only got more violent and more angry. And we notice this stuff when we're dealing with these negative type entities out in these powerful magical places like this. You can ignore it for so long before it gets extremely violent. And that's to the point where it was getting when I got out of the woods. I knew I would not be here talking to you now if I continued to ignore it. It kept trying to draw me away from where I was, and I knew because I could tell by the energy, if I went to where it wanted to, I would not be here right now. And that there is plenty of negative energies all across this country, but in these mountains too, that will do that. They try to draw you away, and you're never heard or seen of again. And if you do like I did and you ignore it and you don't have the right protections to protect yourself, it will finally get extremely pissed and come after you, which was that's what it was starting to do. Is this what's happening to these guys in Boogie Woods? I think so. I think that it's very well possible it's something along that lines in Boogie Woods, which is causing these people to do what they're doing. I can't prove it. I've not been there myself, but hearing what's happened in them areas fits that bill to a T. You know, and far as the bipedal critter that was hit and put a handprint on Hood, it could be a dog man, but I'm going to say it's probably more likely a Bigfoot that they hit. Just judging by the way they were talking about it. But with that many graveyards there, with the other stuff that's there, the possibility of a dog man being in that area too will have to be there. It could be there protecting grave sites. Ley line goes through there. Oh, cool. I didn't even think about looking that up. So there you go. You got a ley line that goes through Boogie Woods. So there's a lot going on in that area. You know, and I can tell you, you know, like I said earlier in the show, the Mark Twain Forest, I've spent most of my life around the Mark Twain Forest. And there is a lot of high strangeness stuff that goes on there. Cryptid, paranormal, and supernatural, all of the above. I've dealt with it. I've experienced it. I've seen stuff. So the Boogie Woods is definitely, I can't dispute the claims coming from it because it's fit with a lot of stuff that I've heard or I've seen. I would think it would be easy to differentiate between dogman prints with from Bigfoot prints. Dogman have claws and the other fingers. Bigfoot would have nails. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was actually a Bigfoot they hit because it didn't say nothing about claws. But I can't dispute the fact that because of what's there, there is a possibility that Dogman could be there as well. I've met people through my years. People have no idea what ley lines are. Yeah. Yeah. You know, ley lines is it's actually just an imaginary line that goes from one power point to the other. And it's like a straight line. But they generally follow the energy of Mother Earth. And where these energies connect, you usually have some type of ancient structure there, siphoning the energy from Mother Earth. Yeah, and I seen that too, but I was trying to be nice, William. So I'm glad you said it, not me. So that's something to consider. What are you doing, bub? Yeah, watch out. I gotta move real quick. Gotta see if my coffee's hot yet. Yes, it's hot enough where I can drink because I gotta get me a little pick me up. Huh? You're not gonna pour my coffee for me, are you? Huh? I didn't think you would. I feed you, make sure you got water. I take care of you. I give you a roof over your head, a warm place to sleep, soft place to sleep, and you can't even get my coffee for me. What kind of bro are you? You hit me in the nads. What kind of bro are you if you can't do that stuff for me, Bubba? Hey, war criminal, good seeing you. But you know, this is something we have to consider. So if you're an investigator or you're a researcher or you're just an enthusiast, you have to keep this stuff in mind. You know, I've spent most of my life outside in the woods and in these mountains. You know, and even I'm cautious because of all the stuff that's out there. We have to keep this in mind when we go out to these places. It's hot, bub, and you're like big, and you're like a radiator, just like I am. Did you get enough attention yet? You see Admiral Stinchfield's interview with the neck thing? No, I don't think I have yet. You sent me a couple things. I haven't had a chance to get to them yet, or so I've been trying to play catch up. I'm just so busy right now. But I think I'm down to yours. I think I got 2 from you left to go through. If I remember correctly, I'll have to look at it again. I think I'm down to just 2 from you that I've got left to go through. Does it? Oh wow. I don't know. I mean, William can pretty much back up what I've been talking about too. Was it? That's you. Hey, Janet. You know, not only with the Ozark Mountains, but a lot of stuff that I'm talking about too, because he's experienced, he's been a part of it. I know I need to, Roxanne. I do. I've just been extremely busy. You know, the thing is too is we have all types of creatures here. I mean, we have a lot of UFO activity here, a lot of alien activity here, a lot of different stuff here in Missouri. So I mean, a man can spend his whole life investigating and not hit a chip off the iceberg of the activity that you have here. Sightings. I think the fascination people have with them create a pupa of sorts. I can see that being a possibility. Yeah, I mean, of course, they're seen in so many different places, but I'd say part of them. I can see part of them being that. So I don't know. I mean, in your guys' area, do you have places that's very similar to the Boogie Woods? Have you heard of stuff like that going on in that area? Have you experienced it? Have you seen it? I mean, do you have places around you that's very similar to what's going on in Boogie Woods? I'm kind of curious to see where else in the U.S. or the world that has that same similar stuff happening. Japan's got a place that's very similar to that. You would think so, but if they travel, they can take that with them. If somebody else learns it and travels it, they can take it with them. Yep. Manifestation is a real thing too, but yes. Because you got to think what they call SWs, other cultures call it different things. It's the same setup, the same technique. You're just called something else by somebody else. So we have to keep that in consideration too. The Nordic people were known for doing it. The Celtic people were known for doing it. The Mesoamericans were known for doing it. The Greeks were known for doing it. There are several cultures throughout the world that was known to do the exact same thing. So, I mean, it's not specific just to them. So many cultures are known to doing that. We have state parks around Midwest Illinois that have paranormal activity. Most state lands here use the Native American land. Yeah. But the process is different each culture. None of them really match up. No, it's very similar. There may be a slight difference in it, but you still got to have the skin. You still got to have the chant. You still got to have the ability. And one of the biggest differences, some of them talk about having a potion, some of them don't. But it's dark magic. It is, you got to have the pelt. You got to have the right frequency, and you got to have the knowledge. Those 4 things are common in all. It's possible as long as you know the ritual. Yep. And sacrifice needs to be made to work. Yep. See, and that's the one that right there. I forgot about the sacrifice. Thanks for bringing that, brother. Up, brother. Some cultures will talk about having a sacrifice. The other ones talk about having a potion. That is really the only difference between them. To a degree. Mongolian Rim here in Arizona. Yeah, I forgot about that. I actually, yeah, now I remember that. I forgot about that Mongolian Rim. Yeah, that reminded me of when we are you're going to. Oh yeah, no, I was thought about asking him bringing it on this weekend, but being I'm on call, I didn't want to bring anybody on the show because I wanted to get William on or Ryan on, and I've got someone else that I'm going to be bringing back on too. But the fact that I'm on call, I don't want to bring anybody on this week in case there's a chance that I get a call during the show. I would feel bad to bring somebody like Ryan on or somebody else on, and I have to leave early. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't really ask anybody this week. I was wanting to bring Ryan on because I know he'd been busy and I'd been busy, but being on call, I'm just not going to be. I can't do that to somebody else. It's if I got to leave early, I'm the only one taking a hit from it. You're only losing what little bit of knowledge I know. I bring somebody on with other knowledge, you're losing all theirs if I have to leave early. So we call them something different. How about wolf walkers? There you go. I mean, Ulfanar, that's from Nordic. And then Plainfield, yeah. Yeah. Ryan's got a lot of information. We both agree on things and we both disagree on things, but I ain't going to dispute the knowledge that man has. I mean, if you guys ain't following Ryan, you're making a mistake. In all honesty, I mean that's the truth. I love the shit out of Ryan. Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh, no kidding, Ryan. Oh, yeah, I want to go. I want a Bigfoot donut. Hey, anytime, my bro. Anytime. I would feel bad. Like I said, I'd feel bad having you on, and I got to leave early because I get a call. We're researching when he brings up a subject. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you guys, you have to follow. Ryan. You have to follow him. I see what you did, William. I see what you did. Lincoln's not a bad area. Yeah, Brandon. Lincoln's not a bad area. I'm from St. Joe, Missouri. I've lived in Balco, Missouri. But I've been all over. Yeah, no kidding, Melissa. I want one now. Somebody's got to go get Fluffy a Bigfoot donut. I want a Bigfoot donut now. He might still have that coffee too. I forgot what the flavor is, but dang, it was super good. Yeah, I'm drinking. A good brother of mine gave me some. It's a non-pesticide coffee to try, and that's what I'm drinking right now. It's pretty damn good. But yeah, I want a Bigfoot donut now. Daggone it, Ryan. Now you got me wanting a donut. I had a voodoo donut. I've never had one of those. That sounds interesting too. Then I start questioning, am I cursed? Look more into the Mongolian Rim. Maybe I'll go. Yeah, man, I remember a few years back hearing about the Mongolian Rim, and ain't there, if I remember correctly, isn't there like a lot of UFO activity in that spot? If memory serves me correctly. Bigfoot bear. Oh, dude, a Bigfoot bear claw. Oh, a Bigfoot old-fashioned donut. There we go. Oh, your brother lived in Lincoln? Hell yeah. I like a good old-fashioned donut or a cream-filled Long John donut. Man, can you imagine an old-fashioned donut in the shape of a Bigfoot? Hell yeah. Sightings up there. Superstition Mountains has a ton of UFO. Yeah, I knew Superstitions does, but I was thinking Mongolian Rim did too. I could be wrong. I could be mixing up things. I mean, that does happen. But for some reason, I was thinking There was a lot of UFO sightings in that area too. It's filled with red jelly and a pretzel stick. Do you stab it? Oh, you're gonna have to send me one, Melissa. Bigfoot donut, you might get a hairball. Yeah, no kidding. It is famous for Boy Scout. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. Remember when I lived in Arizona, I heard people talking about things that went on there. Dude, I spent some time in Arizona. That's a very fun place. Bigfoot chased off a group of Boy Scouts out. Yeah, I remember that now. Thank you, Ryan. You're right. As soon as you said that, it clicked. Yeah, you're right. I remember that now. It was started out with sounds and then was tossing stuff. Then it got aggressive, if memory serves me correctly on that case. Yeah, that's bad, dude. They got ran out of there. Yeah. I can't remember if they did something. I can't remember if they did something to provoke it or not. Yes, there is. There is a lot of supernatural energies in Arizona. Yes, Ryan, there is. I loved it there. You know, I live north of Springfield, but I can tell you now, there's a lot of weird shit that happens in this area. I work for a company out of Phoenix. It's definitely a beautiful state. It is. I loved it. I thought it was cool because I was there for Christmas one year, and I was swimming during Christmas. I think, if I remember right, my aunt and uncle lived somewhere around Phoenix. But I remember looking at these big old cactuses, and we was told to stay away from them because they were known to fall over. You liked it when you visited? Yeah. Let's see. I've been to Superstition Mountain once. I lived at Luke Air Force Base for 2 years while X was in the Air Force. Yeah. I'll probably plan a trip out there in September around birthday. Hell yeah, man. Look who's back. Look who's back. Look who's back. Jeff the milkman's back. What's up, Jeff? Bigfoot was basically telling those scouts, darn kids, stay off my lawn. You got to get off my lawn. I'm getting tired of you young whippersnappers being on my lawn. Okay, kicking Fluffy off the 40-inch screen TV. He's freezing up too much, about half an hour behind. Oh, man. I smell pickles. Oh, my gosh. No pickles yet. My oldest daughter just absolutely loves pickles. And I had to stop in at a Casey's one time to use the bathroom when I was out working. And I stopped because I seen pickle-flavored puff balls. And I started laughing. I snapped a picture and sent it to her. You wanted some of them French fried taters. Hell yeah. Man, I used to give her a hard time because her road name's Ginger Snap. You know, she's a little redhead. It's got an attitude. So, you know, she got the name Ginger Snap. And I would purposely buy ginger snaps. And I'd sit there and wait till she wasn't paying attention. And I'd get them out and I'd start eating them. And she'd look over at me. And then she'd see what I'm eating. She's like, Dad, stop. You're eating my kind. I like pickling things. Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, one of my favorite snacks is the little baby pickled corn on the cob. Fried pickles is good. Yes, fried pickles is good. But, yeah, I like fried pickles. What are they called? Bottle caps or something like that? I had an ex I called Ginger Snap. Then the movie Ginger Snaps came out, and that name changed quick. Oh, man. Herring and wine sauce. Have you partaken of the broccoli, bruh? But yeah, it's like I said, I mean, this stuff is all over. That's why I love hearing if you guys got instances like this around there. You know, because you'll be surprised how many people have places very much like that around their area. And sometimes they don't know till they look into it, like, holy crap, I never knew this was here. I haven't had pickled green beans. That does sound good, though. Taxes, gun laws, I hate. They're all, man. Eric, you probably like pickles on pizza. No, I don't want pickle. I've had it. It ain't bad. Pineapple's a definite hell no. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Hell no. I've had cheeseburger pizza where it had the pickles on it and it wasn't bad, but that's not my go-to thing. I like my chicken bacon ranch. Now, red onions, that sounds, oh man, I like to have a mess of red onions. Dude, come on, guys. Seriously? That's foul. Dude, what is wrong with your belly, dude? You did that to me yesterday, too. My gosh. No sardines. Nope. Gosh, you can have all that you want, Jeff. I've been making cookies this whole time. Oh, you're going to send me some cookies, Aaron? I'm moving to East Tennessee. Dude, Tennessee's a nice place. Sardines and mustard. Now, I can eat sardines and mustard, but I don't want them sardines on my pizza. My go-to anymore is a chicken bacon ranch pizza or a Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, I love that chicken bacon ranch pizza, man. That stuff is like crack. No, pineapples does not belong on pizza. That's a sin. Be gone, Satan. We have no use for you here. You are no pineapple. I love pineapple. Pineapple is my favorite fruit. I just don't like it on my pizza. It is so nasty on pizza. It's Dad's birthday, doing 2 batches of oatmeal. Oh, oatmeal chocolate chip. Oh, and peanut butter too. Aw, you didn't give me nothing for my birthday. Late birthday present? I'm messing with you. Oh. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. Oh, jalapeno is good though. Jalapeno on pizza is good. I'll give you that. I'll give you the jalapeno, just not the pineapple. But I don't know, man. Oh no, Melissa. Aw. That is the key to my heart right there, brownies. Oh, my God. I love me some brownies. And I wish I could find someone to make them from scratch. Oh, God, I love brownies. I love brownies. Jalapeno and cheese sourdough. Ooh. Yeah, I actually found some jalapeno powder that I like to put on my food. And I'll admit, it actually has a kick. And that's strange for jalapenos. Oh, yeah, I love eating. Dang, again? Come on, bro. Yeah, I know. Oh, with walnuts, too? Aw. I can't have special brownies. Not if I want to keep my job. How's it going, miss? I'm baking no to just no food. Yeah, no, I can't do the special brownies with my job. I had steak and ribs and salad. I was out of bread, so I made bread out of cheese and fried up the cheese, made it crusty, and threw some sausage, bacon, and eggs on it. Plot twist there, which is the one that's passing. No, it's not. No, it's boar. And I love that turd, that little meathead, but my God, he's got some foul farts. Snow does too, but gosh, boar is like straight violating your nose nostrils like big time. I need a gas mask and a gas siren. You know, someone brought something up yesterday, and the more I thought about it, the more I'm kind of sticking to it. It's like, will this tick thing affect cryptids like Bigfoot, like it does humans? And I think they could. The more I thought about it, I'm still stuck on. I think they could because DNA wise, we're extremely similar. So I absolutely believe it could affect them, and that worries me because it makes me wonder what would happen to them because of their diet. Most guys like the smell of their own. Oh no, my cat's parts are if we give him tuna. Oh yeah, Mason sausage, Canadian bacon, sausage, mushrooms, extra cheese. That sounds good. Yeah. Um, but that does. I still think that was. I mean, I can't remember. Was that you, Aaron, or who was it that asked me that last night? And the more I spent part of the night thinking about that, going, I can see it, and the fact that they hunt a lot. What would that do to the cryptids? You know, that would that'd put a hell of a hurting on them. Heck, men and boys laugh at. I don't know what you're talking about. Depends on your belief, I suppose. Some think cryptids are supernatural. If they are, ticks wouldn't face them. Yeah, I know a lot of them do. I don't. I'll tell you now. I do not believe Bigfoot are supernatural. Not at all. I believe they're 100% flesh and blood. Too many stories throughout the worlds of them mating with humans and humans mating with them, creating offspring. I do not believe they're supernatural. Now, I will give you, there is many supernatural things where they marry and breed with humans. I don't think Bigfoot is supernatural. I think it's 100% flesh and blood. That's my opinion. Y'all should look up sausage. It's made in Alabama and they ship. Huh. Pizza. My Supreme Pizza just got here. Dude, no, it's hot, dude. Little bro, it's hot. No, it's hot. Why can't you be happy on your pillow? It's hot, dude. Just for a little bit. It's too hot. You're going to have to get down. I'm like sweating in here. See, even you, look at your breathing heavy because it's hot. You're going to overheat again. And then I'm going to freak out because you overheated. I almost lost you once because you overheated. I don't want to lose you, Bubba. You're too old. You're an old man. So just for a few minutes, you're going to have to get back down. I mean, look how heavy you're breathing now because it's hot. And you want to be up on me? I'm like a radiator. Your breath stinks too, by the way. But yeah, I believe it. I would. Yeah, he's my little buddy. He's my late mom's dog. Hell, he's 15 plus years old. Vicks? Springfield, Illinois. Okay. There's a place in Eureka Springs called Red Brick Pizza. That is off the hook good. So, all right, dude. You've had your few minutes. It's hot, man. It's hot, little bro. Go in the living room and get cooled off. I need to get a little window unit for in here, don't I? Yes, it is. Ate there once. Yeah. That red brick pizza's phenomenal. Now we got off of cryptids and we keep going back to food, and I'm trying to change it back to cryptids and supernatural. There was something. Let me see if I can find that story of the hellhounds here in Missouri. I think it was Table Rock Lake. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I don't know if it's going to be on here or not. I just remember as a kid we were told about it because they had the place shut down for a little bit. Uh, according to the flow, what's up, David? His name is Carl. What are you talking about, bro? Hey, David, you remember? Remember? I think I was around 15 or 16 when that dude lost his girlfriend at Table Rock Lake. She had an accident and drowned, and a year later, he went back to visit that area, and a hag and a couple of hellhounds came after him. I can't remember. Um, I was trying to remember what happened. I remember hearing about it back then. I can't remember the whole end. I remember bits and parts of it, man. That was so long ago. And they had that spot shut down there on, I think it was Table Rock Lake. I could be wrong. But they had it shut down for a little bit because of that accident. And then that guy got attacked by a couple hellhounds. Do you remember the whole story on it? Wasn't it Table Rock Lake, if I remember correctly? But so I mean, you're saying yes, so it had to be Table Rock Lake. Yeah, I mean that you and me was working at the truck stop when that happened. But I don't remember who I was with when we was going down there when they had it shut down because that guy got attacked. And they wouldn't say what it was, but we found out later. Flow on Progressive Insurance. They claim Bigfoot's name is Carl. Oh, that's right. Yeah. They knew me at the age of 16. You were a little rebel. Either Table Rock, I think it was Table, but I'm not positive. It might have been part of the bull. Yeah. I was thinking it was Table Rock too, because I was trying to remember. This is one guy you don't want to talk to. Yeah, Bull Shoals. I knew what you meant. Yeah, Bull Shoals sounds familiar too, but I'm pretty sure it was Table Rock. I could be wrong though. You could be right. It could be Bull Shoals that had happened. I just remember hearing about it because I remember I was going to go down there with somebody. I don't remember who it was, and they had it. I think we have two different versions of the word attack. Yeah. No, he got clawed. His legs got clawed up. But he went back because he was still mourning for his girlfriend that had that accident and she drowned. And so he went back. I think it was like somewhere around a year later or a year to the date. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure it was year to the date. And all of a sudden, this old hag, this hag came out of the water. Give me a minute to make a phone call, and I'll tell you for sure. Okay, thanks, bro. But a hag came out of the water. And originally he was so when he got there, he noticed a couple wolf-like animals with red glowing eyes coming at him, and then shortly after that, a hag came out of the water. Hag is an old ugly witch. That's hag, but a hag came out of the water, and she was grotesque, and she was coming. She wanted him. And he started to run, and the hellhounds came after him. I don't think they closed down a park at Table Rock or was Lake of the Ozarks not long ago of cryptid sightings. No, but this thing here, because the guy was attacked, they had that area shut down for part of the day because they were investigating it. He had claw marks on his legs. But so he tried to run away, and the hellhounds chased after him. And they got his legs, but he got away. They had that part of that lake shut down for a while because of that, investigating it. He got hurt. Yeah, it was bad. I was going to go down there and partake of some activities that I should not have been partaking of, along with some fishing. And I had to go find me a new spot because they wouldn't let us there. Near Rockford, Illinois. What's that, Brandon? Let me get back up here. Let's see what I missed here, Brandon. Give me a second, bud. No, Table Rock or Terrible. Yeah, so it was Table Rock. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't remember what part of Table Rock it was, but I remember I was going to go down there. And yeah, I mean, I'll admit I may or may not have partaked of some broccoli on my way down. But I remember that area where we was going to go fishing and party was shut down because of the investigation. And then we found out they said he was attacked by a bear, and we're like, "Come on, man! The bears don't attack people out here. The only way they would is if you messed with their cubs, and even then, generally they're going to try to get you away from them." Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not me. Yeah, no, I would never do that. But I remember going down there and they had it shut down because it was an investigation. They tried to tell us it was a bear attack. That a bear, or no, I'm sorry, it was wild dogs. Wild dogs had attacked him. And we're like, no, man, that's not what happened. And we was talking to somebody and was like, no, dude, he got attacked by hellhounds. He's like, yeah, I saw it. I said, these cops are telling us though it's a pack of dogs that we didn't see what we saw. It's like, you're full of crap. Blood Point Road in Boone County has a legend of hellhounds that guard a cemetery. Yeah, there's actually a lot of places you'll encounter hellhounds is cemeteries. Yes, a lot of places too is very similar to what what happened down here on Table Rock, and they were with a witch, a hag. Here they're called we call them witches here, but they're also known as hags here. For a long time, they're known as hags. Even the paranormal, when I do paranormal investigations, they refer to witches here as hags. You can go on some of my videos, Shaved Beaver Bar and Grill one, for instance. Multiple times it was talking about a hag. That is just a common name for a witch in these parts is a hag. I haven't been to that one. But you're going to see that a lot of times that's an occurrence. They're either with a hag or they're around a cemetery. That happens quite often. Get this, its borders are iron fence like you were talking about yesterday. Yeah. Yep. There's reasons for it. That's old knowledge. That's old world knowledge that was passed down from generation to generation to generation. I don't remember exactly when they started doing it. I remember in the late 90s before I left, most of them still had iron fencing around them. But when I came back in like 04, before I turned around and left again in 05, I started noticing less and less cemeteries having iron fences around them. I don't know when exactly they stopped using iron fences or they took the iron fences out. I just know for this general area, it was roughly that time frame when I started noticing it. Old knowledge, they want you to forget. Yeah, William, 100. There's a reason why we tell you these rituals. If you want to keep paranormal out or you want to keep supernatural out, you got to have all natural you got to have all natural salt. Sea salt's one of the best ones, and wrought iron. That is the two things you need to put a barrier up to prevent that stuff from entering your home. Eric, there's a cemetery south of Carthage. I've heard people say strange creatures show itself when people are there after dark. I know where it is. I may have to be making a trip down there. So, and I guess he can chew my ass out later if he wants to. David in the chat here is the one that told me about he had the recent Ozark Howler sighting not far from me. Actually, no, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, so never mind, we're good. Yeah, he's the one that had that on J Highway, had that Ozark Howler sighting about a year ago. And that's not far from me at all. I think it's roughly 25 miles from where I'm at. Somewhere between 20 and 25 miles from where I'm at is where he had that sighting. And then I think it was the next day he had a sighting of a Bigfoot sitting behind a dang stop sign. Same road, different location, but same road. You know that picture in my intro where you got that big footprint and that Lucky Strike cigarettes? He found that on my property during deer season. He came back, like, dude, I found something. He goes, man, he goes, let me know what you think. And he showed me the picture. I was like, dude, that's a big footprint. He found that here on my property. At least Bigfoot spotted. Yeah, I stopped. Yeah, no kidding. Definitely not stopping at the stop sign. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. You know, David has been a very dear friend of mine since I was like 16 years old. He's been a very dear friend of mine. And me and him seen a lot of shit and done a lot of shit together. That's why I don't like, he's got stories that we can't share on YouTube. So that's good, because most of y'all ain't going to meet him. You're going to see another side of Uncle Fluffy. I get busted speeding, don't even have $35 on me. And my lick was being held by another ticket and another. Oh no, your license. Oh, ooh, yeah. But yeah, I was laughing my butt off a couple deer seasons ago when he was out here deer hunting and he found that print. Yeah, that was his pack of cigarettes. He's the one that found that print. So when you see that video on my intro, I don't remember if it's on my outro too. I know it's on my intro. That's the picture he took. Yeah, right there. His eyes were looking over the top of the 911s on the sign. Yep. That's a big boy. That was a big boy. And that was the day after you seen that Ozark Howler, wasn't it, David? So I remember he called me up. He's like, oh my God, dude, I seen something weird. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before in my life. And I'm like, kind of describe it to me. As soon as he started describing it, I was like, dude, that's an Ozark Howler. So I found a close picture of an Ozark Howler and sent it to him. He goes, that's it. That's what I saw. I was like, yeah, that's an Ozark Howler. So there's a lot of stuff out here, man. A lot of stuff out here. He's got a lot of paranormal in his house too. It's fun. I mean, we'll sit there on the phone and talk about shit for a while because of crap that we've seen or experienced or have what's going on at the time. Oh wow, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Let me think here. Next week I won't be on call. I'll probably be talking to Ryan or this one other guy, see if they want to come on Sunday. You name it, Ozarks probably has it. Yeah, no kidding, Roxanne. It'd be nice to get. I've got 2 people that I need to get on. Ryan's one of them. I got another gentleman we had on that's had a lot of Bigfoot and Dogman activity. We was showing a bunch of pictures. He's got some more stuff he's wanting to come on and share. So I'm gonna be working on that for the next couple weeks. Ryan, if you're available next week, hit me up, let me know, and I'll get you on. But I'll be off call so I can have somebody on then. I believe. Oops, who said that? It's only showing me. I believe about 8. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried talking to him a couple times. He's been a little busy here. He's had a lot going on. Because my daughter's not too far from him. My oldest daughter's not too far from him. But yeah, I got to try to reach out to him again too. I've been talking to RPG as well, sharing some stuff that's been going on here. It was either the next day or the 2 days later. Yeah, I was thinking it was something like that. So I'm going to see about who I can have on next week, kind of help out. With me working all the hours I'm working, it's been hard for me to do a lot of research. But I love Casper. People wanted to come in and get rid of her. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Casper just don't like girls. That's the only problem with Casper. Casper don't like girls. No, his ghost at his house does not like girls. If a girl tries to do something, she gets mad. Yeah, she don't like girls. It's funny. There's a spot on his wall. If a girl hangs something there, it'll get thrown off that wall. But a guy can hang something there and it'll stay. I've had people want to come and get rid of my ghost or whatever you want to call her, and I told them no. Yeah, now she likes to hang out in that back bed, that back room quite a bit too. That's like one of her favorite spots is that back room. I'll be working on that. I'm going to try to get some writing done. I've got contractors all this week, so I don't know if I'll be able to get anything done this week. I was supposed to have a break from contractors, but they're coming up. So there's going to be another busy week for me. With that being said, I appreciate everybody coming in. Here, Ghosty. Yeah. No, I kid you not. Dude, that's no joke. There's a spot in his house that if a woman hangs something there, it gets thrown off of the wall. But a guy can hang something there and it'll stay there until they take it down. It is funny as hell. His little ghost does not like females. Oh, what it is. I really don't know what it is. It's funny. It is funny. There was a friend of ours who was sleeping in his back room one time, and she was hassled all night long. I mean, that ghost just did not like her being there at all. I mean, it was jacked with her all night long. I've seen a few ghost cars in my days. Yes, there is ghost cars. Yeah. Yeah, that's no joke. I've seen a few of them too. Yes. It's weird that that's actually a thing, but it is. It is. Females cannot put anything on the left room. Sorry, living room. Yeah. Wall or hanging a calendar in the kitchen. Yes. Yeah, it is. William, 100%. It's funny as all get out. People think it's scary. I think that's funny. He's got himself a jealous ghost. But there was somebody we know that was staying in his back room, and man, that thing would jack with her all the time. It did not like her being there. It was hilarious, man. I mean, I feel bad, but still at the same time, I'm laughing because I think it's funny. But to my new subscribers, my OGs, thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure having you guys in here. I'm truly, truly grateful for every single one of you guys. Shout out to Roxanne, William, Jeff, my moderators. You know, I'm truly blessed with these guys. They really helped me with the show and keep it going. So I'm truly thankful for them guys. You know, I hopefully we'll get to see you guys next week on William's show too. I love getting on with William. Fridays has been really hard for me lately because I'm so tired by the time I get home. I'm so tired I end up falling asleep in my chair quite often. So until next week, everybody, you know, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And I hope your guys' week is filled with blessings. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Step into shadows where whispers haunt.
when the unknown wakes. Your pulse will race, your breath will freeze in this realm of uncanny mysteries. Dare to tread where the darkness hides, through the cracks of the world's thin sides. Join if you will take the dare, where we learn of things that scare. The bizarre wears a wicked grin. Its world pulls you slowly in, but once you're here, you'll never roam. This is